I'm live. Yay. Rotate that over. Yeah, I'm like Mr. Wisconsin today. I got Bucks jersey, Packers hat. It's great. Wisco all day. What up? What up? You have another? Yeah, I did. I got one. Got Giannis. I got well, it's not Mutat, but it's Jason Tatum. Dude, funny thing is though, if y'all remember RJ from last week, so he used to be a big Kevin Garnett fan. And he was like, bro, if you can get me like an old school KG Timberwolves jersey with the like tree piping and everything, he's like, please do. I'll pay you for it. I was like, all right. So I got him one and it shows up. And I'm like, all my jerseys are like legit. Like everything's good, works fine. He puts his on and he's like, dude, why is it so tight? And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're like just as big as me. And he's like, dude, this thing like barely goes past my belly button. What the hell? And I'm like, what? And I look at him, it's like skin tight on him. And it's like so short. I'm like, why is your jersey so tiny? So now I have to figure out what to do with an old school KG jersey. Do I return it? Do I try to sell it? Yeah, dude, it's freezing out here. I'm actually quite comfy right now, the sweatshirt and the hat on. People think it's weird. I just wear these inside all the time too. So I have heard. But yeah, I mean, let's take a look at what the real feel is here right now. That was an hour ago. Let's update that. The temperature is dropping here quick. Right now feels like -9. Yeah. Let's see. I know tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to get down to -18. Wednesday, the high is -9. Let's go. Woo. Low's -22. Then by Saturday it'll be 40 degrees. Illinois. God, this state sucks. Yeah, throw in the wind chill. It's cold. They said it's potentially. Oh, I know it's terrible. They said it's potentially like life threatening. So just in prison. No, dude, I gotta go to like class and work and stuff too. So come Wednesday, I already have class canceled on Wednesday. But like Tuesday and Thursday when it's still cold, I gotta go to class and work. So then Wednesday when it's like -20 out, or well, it's gonna be feeling like -40. I'm gonna be going to be going going to work. Yeah, it's about time. Sick days. Yeah, I wish I had those. Though with it being so cold, we might just close, and I really hope so. But yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised class didn't get canceled for tomorrow too, because I have a night class on Mondays, so I'm there from 5:30 to 8, and see, yeah, right, employee endangerment. But yeah, so like as I'm leaving class, I'm walking across campus and I'm like slipping and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cold for one. It's definitely like feels negatives. Um, exactly. I normally walk everywhere like without gloves because like I like the cold. I'm used to it. I go duck hunting and I pick up the decoys in like almost freezing like 33-degree water and like with bare hands and I'm like and then here I'm like walking to class I'm like da, da, da. It hurts. I slipped gloves on. I'm like, oh, that's better. It's so bad. Like I don't like people at Casey's thought I was crazy because I'm staying outside like pumping my gas and I'm just chilling there, and like all these people like start the pump and just jump back in their car and I'm like, lovely weather we're having. Oh, we're getting into that already? Just yelling Patriots? Boo. One of my friends just an unprofessional AF because of this. Go Bears. Nah. all day. I was about to say Boston sports, huh? Jeez. Thank you, Koki. Somebody understands. So it's really weird being here in Illinois and like somebody just randomly goes like "Go Pat Go" because it like catches you off guard. And I'm walking to class and this random lady like just gets like right next to me and she goes "Go Pack" and I'm like "Go Pack Go." I was gonna say this is not an ISU jersey. Yes, I am. I am a Redbird. Birds, baby. They play Loyola on Saturday. Guess who's working for ESPN Saturday? Oh, I should probably plug in my microphones. That'd probably help. That game, if y'all want to see some great, oh, you're from Palatine? Cool. I know a lot of people, well, don't like know, but like I know of a lot of people that go here that are from Palatine. Yeah, so, anyways, I'll finish what I was saying. Y'all watch ESPN too and watch the Birds play Loyola and see how good my camera work is. Dude, there's tons of people from Naperville, Aurora area. Half the time, people just say Chicago, so you don't know exactly where they're from. And then, like, one day they'll be like, "Oh yeah, so I was back home." And you're like, "Oh, in Chicago." I'm like, "Well, no, in Naperville," but it's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, I'm supposed to be a camera guy, I believe, right now. We'll see if I get switched to something else. Okay, so I would, if I had a lot more time here, I would definitely list off a few for you. But we're getting into what I was actually really wanting to talk about. Anthony Davis finally requesting a trade from the Pelicans. So far, everybody's on here been saying the Lakers. Yeah, well, okay. The Pelicans already said they want Ball, Kuzma, Zubac. Is that how you say his name? Zubac, and a first round pick for Anthony Davis. And supposedly the Lakers are strongly considering it. Celtics have been pursuing Anthony Davis for the past like 2 or 3 years, and now they're like, "Ooh, I don't know if we can actually sign him." There was some like trade clause that was like, I would throw in Ingram for free. Might as well, right? There was some like, what was it? Let me look that up real quick. Excuse me. There was something about why the Celtics couldn't like trade for him right now, and the fact that Kyrie may not re-sign with them, so they're kind of like up in the air about it. So if we keep Ball or Kuzma, just keep one of them. I figured you guys would want to keep Josh Hart. I figured he would be like the one guy that y'all want to keep, because like every time somebody brings up a trade and they're like, "Give us Josh Hart," the Lakers are like, "Whoa, no, no, no." Let's see. Josh Hart is the trade bait. Let's see. Maybe this will explain it. Trade Lonzo. What, LeVar? He's around the Lakers. Yeah, he likes to think he does, though. Yeah, Anthony Davis is not going to the Knicks. He's already stated he wants to go to a contender. So all those little Knicks and Bulls, and I've heard a couple different teams like that. Like, no, they're not going. Have a high ceiling like Kuzma or Ball. You think Ball really has a high ceiling? I don't see it. Lakers want Dennis Smith. I've heard that one a couple times because Luka Doncic is taking over the Mavs, so they're kind of like, well, Dennis Smith, what do we do with you? Okay, so here's the thing with Anthony Davis and the Celtics of why they can't do it. Lonzo's first team all defense. I could be NBA first team all defense. Celtics are out of the running because both Davis and Kyrie Irving have signed designated rookie extensions, and a team cannot trade for players that have signed a designated rookie extension. Celtics would be allowed to make a deal in the offseason once Irving and Davis become free agents. So apparently that's why. want to see the odds for Anthony Davis. You are a man of odds today. See, I've heard that, and then I've also heard that the Lakers play really good without LeBron, regardless of who's on the floor. I think it's just kind of a day-to-day thing because I've heard both different stories. Ingram does ISO ball. Yeah, that's the one player, though, I've seen a lot of people are frustrated with. A lot of Lakers people are frustrated with is Brandon Ingram. People were trying to say he was better than Frank Kaminsky going into that draft. They're both kind of on the same level. I don't know, but I don't know. It's neither one of them really seemed worth it. Obviously, being a big Wisconsin guy, I'm like, Frank Kaminsky's way better, woohoo. But I don't know, man. At least in college, I did not think Ingram was better than Frank. His dance moves definitely are not. We saw that on ESPN. Super Bowl. Exactly. The Super Bowl kind of sucks because not only did the Saints get totally screwed, which is blatantly obvious, everybody knows it. I think Mikel Roby-Coleman even knows it. That's why he's making so many jokes about it. But what's done is done. They're not going to bang, bang play. Are you kidding me? The ball was still in the air and he just smoked him. I don't know. There was 4 different penalties you could call on that. We discussed that last week. There was tons of things you could have called. Anywho, what's done is done. Can't change it now. Technically, they could. Some people are suing. That is very true. Both championship games had BS in them. My teacher today, actually, we were talking about some stuff, and we were talking about some sports stuff, and one of them got brought up, or he started talking about Tom Brady. It was about how media leaves out how good a defense is or something. Oh, probably. It's in the name, even though Tommy Lee Lewis is their number 2 receiver the entire season. Yeah, we were talking about how the media leaves out certain aspects, and we talked about sports and how it's always about the offense and never really about the defense. So he was saying Tom Brady got all these Super Bowls, but nobody ever talks about the offensive line or the defense. I don't know why that left my mind. Nobody talks about the defense or the O-line or the running backs. It's always just about him. And I'm like, that's really true. And then he was like, yeah, especially when we got to the AFC Championship and they got the roughing the princess penalty. Oh, and I'm like, well, you're not wrong. But yeah, both championships had issues. Lawsuits have actually been coming out against the NFL to actually replay that game before the Super Bowl. Is it going to happen? No. Could it happen? Yes. There is an NFL rule about it, but it's never happened. Plus, the rule also states that the commissioner could just say, screw the Rams, Saints are in. But Super Bowl is what we're focused on here because that stuff's not going to change. Rams, Patriots. God, I'm not going to say I didn't want the Rams there, but I didn't want the Rams there against the Patriots, really. I didn't care who won, but I just felt like the Saints had a better shot at beating the Patriots. But maybe the Rams do. I don't know. Their defense is stacked, or at least you would think so. They've got all the big names. They just don't seem to show up as often as you would want. The offense has been kind of stagnant lately. No one who isn't a bandwagon fan wanted the Super Bowl. Yeah, it is a rematch of Brady's first Super Bowl, and I'm hoping the tables turn because the weird stats for it are Jared Goff is the same age as Brady was, and Belichick was in his second year or something like that. Or I thought Belichick got hired in '99. Well, I guess technically, yeah, it would be a second season. Anyway, yeah, second season. So it's ooh, let's hope they flip-flop the script here and the Rams take over. I'd be fine with a Rams dynasty for 3 years. When does that ever happen? I'm just real sick of Tom Brady and the Patriots. And he had to make it even worse by being I don't think they'll make it back either. I didn't think they should have made it in the first place. But Brady had to make it even worse by saying, no, there's zero chance that I retire after this game. Come on, you're just being a dick now. Just retire. Be done. No, he wants to keep proving because, nobody thinks they can win. Shut up. Everybody predicted you to be here in the first place. What do you mean you're not going to predict it to win? They probably will, and that's the sad thing. No, I'm okay. So I'm not like a diehard like NBA fan of anybody, but I follow players. I got this Giannis jersey right here. I got a Jason Tatum jersey here. I got Damian Lillard in the closet. Like, what am I wearing? It's a Giannis Antetokounmpo jersey, Glenn. So it's like I don't stick to one team in the NBA. I just go back and forth between certain players, not one team specifically. That's right. I mean, plus the NBA. I don't know. I don't get interested in the NBA really until the playoffs. Because the rest of the time, it's like you watch it, it's like, okay, well, this team could beat this team one week, and then the next week get beat by 30 by that same team. So it's like the Bucks already beat the Warriors, and then the Warriors beat the Bucks later on. So it just goes back and forth. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It might be another. I think it might be close. Yeah, 13's probably right about it. I'm thinking the Patriots will probably beat. Like it'll look, and they probably will because he says so much about like how he wants to stay in Milwaukee, and then if he leaves, they're just gonna freak out. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Patriots are gonna like seemingly dominate the entire game, but then like win by like less than two possessions or less. We can only hope, right? Yeah, let's see. Jake sent me a thing about teams that want Anthony Davis, so we'll look and see what it says. Somebody else on Twitter I saw earlier said um, the Bulls should go for him and trade everybody and anybody that the Pelicans want for him. If I was Todd Gurley, I wouldn't be pleased with how I played in that game anyway either. Let's see. Best teams to sign Anthony Davis: Lakers, Celtics, Knicks, Sixers, Rockets, Raptors, Thunder, Warriors, Spurs. You have the whole starting five for AD. I mean, he's been injured a decent amount lately, so I don't know. Is he starting to get injury prone? Every team in the NBA. It's only like 7 teams. There's 30 NBA teams. Those are just like the prevalent NBA teams. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Sixers probably don't have a spot for him with Embiid already, like mad that Jimmy Butler's taking over the team. Yeah, I mean, the Lakers seemingly have the best chance to sign him. They've got a lot of talent. They can trade for him and still be pretty good. The Celtics, I already went over that about why they can't really do anything with him right now unless they wait till after the season. Knicks, why would he even want to go there? They're not a contender, and that's where he wants to go. Rockets, I don't see it, but it's a possibility because they are a contender. I just feel like he wouldn't like playing with Harden. Since he's being such a ball hog lately, scoring all them points, and you get Chris Paul back into that mix too. It probably won't help out. Raptors maybe. Kawhi, have somebody opposite Kawhi to play well. Give Ingram, Hart, Zubac, KCP, 2019 first round pick and a 2020 first round pick. That's quite the package there for one guy. It's quite the odd statement I just said as well. But hey, that happens. Thank you, Guy Boston Sports, for the follow on Instagram. Don't have an Instagram for this show, but I will follow you back. Thank you. All we need is Alonzo Hart, LeBron, Kuzma, and Davis. Where's Melo at? Melo got traded to the Bulls. He so far he hasn't been released, so I guess he's just chilling. But like not a part of the team. So I guess he's trying to find a team that actually wants to sign him because he was at the Knicks game the other day when Dwayne Wade played there. as like his last game at Madison Square Garden. So I mean, I think he's technically a member of the Bulls, but he's like, I ain't gonna play for you. Which I don't know why he'd be like an instant starter and get to do whatever he wants since half the team's injured and the other half of the team has no idea what's going on. You know, if you think about it more, it might be a good opportunity for him because then he could just, take over and be the guy for the Bulls. And then by the end of the season, somebody else would want to sign him. Or before the seventh, maybe like if he started playing with them from day one when they traded him up until the trade deadline, somebody else might have wanted him. Who knows? The possibilities, right? Would you want to talk about golf? What exactly you want to talk about with golf? It's winter right now. There's not a whole lot going on. Um, yeah, I mean, if he goes to the Lakers, I don't know if they're going to win a ring because of the Warriors, but he's got a good shot. Oh, and if y'all didn't notice, Noah's not here because boy got tickets to go see Notre Dame Duke, even though Duke put a butt whooping on him. Yeah. He said the entire time he's just sitting there yelling and screaming like it was a 1-point game. And he said all the Duke fans around him were pissed. Zion first overall pick? Probably. Zion's the most entertaining player. Whoever has the first overall pick, they could either think, I want to get better as a team, or do I want to sell tickets? Honestly, if it's the Bulls that get it, I think they're thinking let's sell tickets because that's how Reinsdorf's run their teams. But if it's anybody else, they probably take RJ Barrett because I think he's the better overall player. And yes, what is his name? I have some random person asking me if I want a job at a marketing job at this place, and I'm like, I'm not a marketing person. What was his name? Ja Morant. Yeah, Ja. Anywho, dude flies out of the gym. He skies and slams. He's also a good distributor of the basketball. Morant, however you say his name. I watched a few of his highlights and a little bit of one of his games against Eastern Illinois actually, and he's doing real good. I know on Sports Center, I think it was, they compared him to Patrick Mahomes because I guess he does a lot of like no look passes. They're like, oh man, look at him. Him and Patty Mahomes could have a no look pass contest. I'm like, okay, just another thing to get ratings, huh, ESPN? Put the Mahomes plug in there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Cam Reddish hasn't really gotten the notoriety that he probably deserves, but literally, like all four of those guys could be picked in the top five. Um, I know Morant doesn't get as much notoriety as he does because he didn't go to a big school. He went to Murray State, but then once he like made Sports Center with like the top 10 plays or something with like that big dunk against Eastern, they were like, "Who is this guy?" And they found out he was on the same AAU team as Zion. So then he started getting hype. Now ESPN's probably going to start streaming Murray State games, getting that Ohio Valley Conference or whatever they call that. Oh, so I started. Who's the number one seeds for the NCAA tournament? Let's take a look at that because I know currently I'm pretty sure it's like Tennessee and Duke and I think Gonzaga has one. I probably do have a Zion 24/7 coverage at ESPN. Let's see. Number 1 seeds right now: Duke, Tennessee. Oops, the other side of the bracket. There we go. Virginia and Michigan State. But this was posted 4 days ago. That's probably changed since Michigan State got beat by Purdue. So who was number 2 in that bracket? Kansas. So they might. Well, no, they got beat by Kentucky. So we go back to number 3, which is Virginia Tech. Yeah, I saw that. Isn't Michigan good? Yeah, they got knocked off by Wisconsin, and everybody kind of disregarded them. Which Wisconsin's a 5 seed right now. Good deal, and they're on the rise. Michigan's at a number 2 seed right now. So yeah, they're still up there. Nevada's got a 3 seed. That's impressive. Michigan only beat Northwestern by 2 and beat Minnesota by 2. Yeah, because it was the last second shot against Minnesota. Because they were tied. So, and Minnesota's not that great. I mean, they beat teams that they probably shouldn't beat, but they play tough. They really do. Northwestern, they go back and forth. It always seems like they'll play somebody tough, and the next week they get blown out. Yeah, so they're so up and down. Yeah, they're getting to that point. They started the year really strong, and now they're kind of like, ooh, like still slowly rising, but still kind of like falling and rising a little bit. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the follows, everybody. The follows on here as well as the follows on Instagram. Why do I keep saying Instagram? Twitter, not Instagram. I am not an Instagram user. I have my own Instagram, but I barely use it. I mean Twitter. Jeez. I finally started watching that QB1 on Netflix. Man, Tate Martell is such a dick. My God. I feel bad for Tavon Bowers because it's like he gets put on the show with like these 2 other like rich white families. And it's like he just looks like this average dude. And then it's like, here's Jake Fromm going to Houston County High School, and like he always has like he's got the big nice jacked up truck, his house is huge, and then they go to Tate Martell, he's living in Nevada, and he's trying to persuade his parents to buy him like a Camaro or something, and he's got like everything he ever wants. 18 years old, or maybe not even, I don't know, but he's like all tatted everywhere. Thought it was funny. The one coach was like, just because you're breaking the law, so he must not be 18, just because you're breaking the law makes you cool. I'm like, nice. Yeah, I mean, if anybody could be even cockier on that show, it would definitely be Tate Martell. My God. They should continue that season and just keep following him around. Best QB in the upcoming draft. A lot of people don't agree with me, but I've got Drew Lock, number 1, Will Grier 2. And I know Noah, when he's here, he agrees with me on that as well. Drew Lock had a good Senior Bowl, so he's starting to move up the draft boards. There was an article I read earlier today about how the Broncos should trade up for Drew Lock, have him sit for the remainder of Case Keenum's contract, or at least like half the year or something, or battle it out, and then have him start next year and let Keenum walk. And, I feel bad for Case Keenum, but Kyler Murray doing baseball? No, he could, but he said he's going into the draft. He also has the option, if he doesn't hire an agent, he also has the option to go back to Oklahoma, which I don't think he wants to do now because Jalen Hurts is already transferring to Oklahoma, or transferred, whatever. So, yeah, that went down. But if he doesn't get picked where he wants to go, he could just say screw it and go to play baseball. Where he is projected to go right now is to Miami. So if he wants to get paid and have fun, he can go to Miami. Or he can have a nice long baseball career and go play in Oakland. They're a nice new stadium when they build it. Yeah, so he's got options. So we'll have to see where he goes. I just think fundamentally those 2 guys, Will Grier and Drew Lock, have the better upside. What would I do? I'm playing baseball. I'm making my career. Okay, I love football. So me personally, I might play football. I don't know, depending on how good I was. But if I'm just trying to if I'm just trying to make money, be successful at a sport, I'm gonna go play baseball because I ain't gonna get hurt as much. I'm probably gonna make more money in the long term, and I don't want to say it's easier to make the Hall of Fame in baseball, but if you stand out enough, specifically on like one team like that, you're gonna make it. Um, there's people talk about Mike Trout being so good, but is it because he's that good, or is it because the rest of the team is just terrible? That's I'm not saying Mike Trout's bad. I think Mike Trout's great, but that's been a discussion about why won't he go to another team, or like why hasn't he already? And it's because he wants to stay on that team. Because I think they're both waiting for one or the other to sign, so then the next contract can be worth even more money. I think that's what they're doing. They're not trying to see who's the perfect fit and what other players they sign. No, they're just waiting for one of them to sign so they can make a bunch of money, and then the next person will make even more money because they'll be like, well, he just got. That's why they're taking so long. And it honestly kind of, kind of irritates me. The White Sox are trying so hard to get Manny Machado. They signed like his good friends and his like brother-in-law and all that, and they got a bunch of money they could spend on him, and everybody's like, no, he doesn't want to go to the White Sox. It's like, oh, so they're just gonna waste all this time doing all this stuff, try and get him there, and he's just gonna say, meh. And White Sox fans too, they went from Harper when that like all this started, they went from Harper real bad to, well, either of them would be nice, to OMG, Manny Machado, let's go. Yeah, and then there was something about how the White Sox wouldn't be able to afford either one of them because they're wanting more money than what the White Sox are willing to offer, which is possible. About AJ Pollock, they talked about this the other day that I was listening to, because the Dodgers were in the running to sign Harper, and they said no. Why would they? They need a left-handed hitter, not a right-handed hitter. Signing Pollock is a much better um, team gain than trying to sign a big name and put butts in seats. So smart move on them by the team, but we'll have to see what happens there if that pans out for them or not. Yeah, supposedly the Reds are in the lead for signing Real Muto, if I even pronounce that right. I'll look that up for you. Let's see. Yeah, they're still talking with the Dodgers and the Padres. But yeah, supposedly the Reds are making big strides to get him. Oh yeah, because they have more blah, 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 prospects that they want compared to the other teams. Yeah, what was it? I was just reading about Kluber and Kimbrel and what team was that? It is quite possible. Anthony Davis to the Lakers. They are supposedly like leading the like betting stats on signing him. Let's see. What was it? No, that's not what it was. Lonzo Dippin. Supposedly he is being considered in the trade package to send to New Orleans. It'd be interesting to see what happens after if he does get traded. If his dad just freaks out and says you're not playing anymore. Never know. Where was it that I saw that this? That's who it was. The Phillies. Supposedly the Phillies feel like they can if they don't or they feel like they can sign Harper, Craig Kimbrell, and Corey Kluber. Which I mean, I think they have the money to do so, but it would be tough still. Excuse me. Who knows? Baseball, right? Man, where'd everybody go? There was like 14 people in here. They all dipped. It's because we're like running out. I know you know baseball. You know who knows baseball and still hasn't said anything about FaceTiming me like he said he would? Tyler. Because Tyler sucks out there in Arizona riding the cacti. You know. I don't even know what to talk about now that everybody's gone. There pretty much isn't a whole lot to talk about right now, anyways. We talk about the Pro Bowl and how fantastic it was. God, the Pro Bowl was so bad. They need to play the Pro. No, yeah, people want to say play the Pro Bowl in the middle of the season, like I was just about to, because it might add some more competition. But then again, they might be even worse because then they might be like, "Wow, I don't want to be hurt for the rest of the season. I'm just gonna play it lightly." So I guess it makes sense. Why you put in that phase? It makes it sound like you're going to Orlando, though. Yeah, I mean, it was disgusting out there anyways. It was like all pouring rain and muddy. My friend that just moved to Florida, she said her and her boyfriend got tickets to go to the Pro Bowl, and then they realized it was raining so bad. And they're like, yeah, never mind. That's a bad face? What? That face is like, probably couldn't really see my eyebrows, but anyways. Yeah, I mean, regardless, though, everybody's worried about injuries because I mean, look at Juju Smith-Schuster. He like got his ankle rolled up on him and he hobbled off the field. Nobody wants to get hurt in the Pro Bowl. They don't have enough reserves anyway. They got like 4 receivers for the entire team. And it's like, okay, 2 of you can play now. The other 2 will play later. And again, Bleacher Report with the hilarious clip of Gridiron Heights. Red's trying to get my I know we just talked about that, Jake. The hilarious Gridiron Heights where they were talking about the Pro Bowl. And Andrew Luck's like, you guys are all my brothers. And then he's like, oh, by the way, I'm Juju Smith-Schuster. Hi. Just like introducing each other because nobody knows who each other is, apparently. And they're like, you're not Jake from State Farm. You're an imposter. Jake from State Farm's pants, his khakis, are hanging up in the pub right here in Blono. Shout out to Ashley Jones. She said she was going to steal them. Girl, you better do it. If you don't, I'll be disappointed in you. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, it was about it's not your pants. They probably don't even fit you. The Gridiron Heights thing. Yeah, they were talking about the Pro Bowl, and they had Mike Evans going up to Jason Gary. He's like, Coach, I got the votes. I'm in the Pro Bowl. He's like, I'm proud of you, son. You're a Pro Bowl alternate. Wrecked. Funny. I love that series. The one before that, they talked about the AFC and NFC championship games, and they were talking about, or before the games had played, and they said like how Nick Foles lost his powers and became regular season Nick, and all the losers were like a country club. Patrick Mahomes hits a tee shot, and it goes over to their club. It hit, I don't remember, I think it hits Eli Manning in the back of the head. He was talking to Blake Bortles about, all you got to do is get your family members to yell ownership, and they'll do whatever you want. He gets nailed in the back of the head with a golf ball. He's like, ow, daddy. I'm like, Patrick Mahomes is like, hey, can you throw it back? It's only like 400 yards. Freaking Brady says, why are you having fun? This is a game. Jeez. Dude does take everything too seriously, probably. Goes out and tries to play a nice little round of golf, and he's like, you gotta focus. It's like the PGA Tour. Misses a putt and just freaks out. I definitely want the Rams to win. Do I see it happening realistically? No. What do you want the Rams to win? Yeah. I got a lot of hate. I had a bunch of Boston fans on here jumping on. And I said, I want the Rams to win. And they were like, what? I'm just getting pissed. There's always a chance. I just don't think it'll happen. I thought not the Patriots. I thought the Chiefs had an opportunity, and then they left like 3 minutes on the clock, and I was like, ooh, y'all just gave them way too much time. And then, of course, the stupid overtime rules, and whoever wins the coin toss wins. Most of the time. Let's go NCAA rules and go into 7 OTs. That's how you do it. That's how you get awesome games. Yeah, apparently if the Super Bowl goes to overtime, B-Dubs is giving everybody free wings. So that'd be kind of entertaining. Go to OT. Ugh, my gosh. Go to OT, have it end just like in the NFC Championship. Get a pick of Brady, kick a field goal to win. Free wings, and the evil empire loses. Good beans for everyone. Any other sports news we should talk about? Do we need to get out there? It's a good question. I don't know. Hey, that's okay. Hey, is Cam even going to play next year? You seen those rumors that he might sit the entire year after getting shoulder surgery? Boo, Jay Billis. The 68 best teams in college basketball. Where's 69? Come on, man. Heard Cam will get traded? I never heard that one. I mean, it's always kind of like floating around, but it's never been like anything legit. The Notre Dame mascot hit a full court putt, apparently. We're a very talkative group right now, but that's okay. I mean, it's been almost an hour already. Well, really, you think he'll be a backup if he goes somewhere? Surprising. Potentially, but I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Cam Newton is a backup quarterback somewhere. Well, supposedly the Panthers, there was I don't remember if it was like a specific question asked to the owner, if it was like a scenario made up that they had previously asked about. But supposedly, if Cam does have to sit or something, or it might even be a potential off-season move, the Panthers owner has stated that he would definitely sign Kaepernick. So then y'all can quit complaining about it. I almost want it to happen just so y'all can shut up. I don't care either way. You sign him or you don't. I'm just sick of like something happening. It's like, why don't you sign Kaepernick? Like, shut up. I don't care. Sign him or don't. Just quit talking about him. They're getting on like a Zion level, like at ESPN. Jeez, every 10 seconds. And Kaepernick watch. Still sitting on his couch. Boop, boop, boop. And we're back. And 10 seconds later, Kaepernick watch. Like, geez, calm down. We don't need to know what he's doing every day of the year. Well, we had some lovely conversation here today, folks. For this show, at least, we're gonna cut it short, which seems weird because most people are like, "Hey, we'll do it for like 20 minutes and be done." No, we go for like an hour or so usually. But lack of people and lack of conversation, which it did pick up at the end, by the way. I appreciate you. Yeah, really, and lack of things going on in the sports world. So I was glad Anthony Davis asked for his trade for newsworthiness, but there's not a whole lot going on. Maybe if something happens by the end of the week, I can talk about Anthony Davis on my newscast on Friday. That'd be fun. Definitely. I get to preview the Super Bowl on TV10 News, and I am hyped for that. It's going to be great. I wish I could dedicate the entire segment to it. Whole D block just about Super Bowl, but I can't. But I'm going to try and make it the longest part. I snuck in the dad hats. 77 days of greatness, right? Dude, I know. I'm hyped. Last week, I get to sneak in the ISU dad hat for the women's game that was on Saturday. It is just the greatest video. If y'all want to watch it, go on to my Twitter profile. It's linked in the well, you people up here already know because it's the same username. But for down here, should be linked on the Insomniac page on Twitter. So if you go there, or just Hank it's 4, you can find it. That video is so funny. I love it. Yeah, they got the football coach on there, Brock Spack, and they said like, you can even be a cool dad and wear it backwards. And he's like holding the hat. He goes, "You want me to wear this backwards?" No. Then we started a funny thing because at the end of that video, Spack puts the hat on and he's like, "Let's get this bread." So now it's a joke on the Friday newscast. We tell Bloomington Normal to go get some sort of bread. Friday it was Italian urban cheese. So we'll see what it ends up being this week. Anywho, thank y'all. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for watching. Come back next week. Super Bowl show next week. RJ wants to be back. We'll see if he's back. Noah might be back. We'll see. I don't know. I'll try to get somebody else here. It might just be me. Sorry if it is. I know I'm not that exciting. But anywho, go Rams, and I'll catch you all next week. Have a good week. And if you're in the Midwest, stay warm because it is incredibly cold out this week, especially Wednesday when it's supposed to be like negative infinity. So don't die. I'll try not to myself. Have a good one, guys. There we go.